Coaches, here is a collection of this year's top zone offenses.
Coaches, Princeton offense versus a 2-3 zone. We're going to use part of the Princeton offense, the chin series. So Princeton is great against a man, but what about a zone? All right, so let's take a look. The chin series in the Princeton offense is your best bet against a 2-3 zone. As you can see, we have a 2-3 zone set up. Green circles are our offense. We're set up with our 2 with the free throw line extended, 2 with the lane line extended, then 2 with the free throw line extended. The one wing could be a little closer up. So as the chin goes, the ball gets passed to the top guard, then swings around as the big sets a back screen, and the 1 comes down to that block. Now, versus a man, he's always open, almost always open. And then you can start running the flare and you can start running the spin options as you would in chin. But that action right there is your basic chin action in the Princeton offense. So next we want to look at, all right, what happens if that's not open? Because the bottom of that 2-3 comes out with the guy with the ball. That's why your point guard running through is now open. But now he has a big, typically in a 2-3, he has a post player that he's guarding if he doesn't, get in front of him. So now you have a different option. You can pass him down the ball, and the big that set the back screen can now dive to the basket. He can seal that backside player on the 2-3, and he can go in for a layup. He can use a post move, whatever he needs to do. Second option. Remember, we have our other wing over there. After the big drop, let's say it's not open or it's not a good option, then you have the kick out to the other wing, the opposite wing for a shot. And then our third option, you have a kick back out from where the ball came from, relocate to the corner, and now you have numbers on that side. You can go ahead and kick to the corner and get a shot. So you have a different option. That's how you would run the Princeton offense versus a 2-3 zone. You would use the chin action. And so if you found this valuable or helpful, please give me a subscribe. It takes you about 2 seconds, doesn't cost you anything. Also, I got a ton of freebies in the description on the website. Would love to give you one of the free coaching manuals that we have for beginners, beginning coaches out there who've been coaching 1 or 2 years. And then we have a great coaching blueprint that we sell at Ball Talk that covers anything and everything you could ever want about taking your coaching to the next level. Appreciate you watching, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments.
Here's the 5-out offense versus a 2-3 zone.
All right, 5-out versus the 2-3. So this can work either side. 4 the 5 can start this out. For this instance, we'll go ahead and have 4 set the screen. So 4 sets the screen for 1, and 1 drives in on the 2-3. 1 can pull up and shoot a short jumper, or 2 can lift and they can make the pass to 2, and 1 will replace, and 2 can take that shot. If you want to continue on, if 2 doesn't shoot, 2 can reverse it to 4, and it can start again. This is where the continuity comes into place. Now 5 can screen this part of the 2-3 for the 4. 4 can drive in. 4 can pull up and shoot, or 4 can hit 3, lifting, and 4 can pass the ball back for a shot. 4 will then replace, and again, it starts over. They can swing it back and start it back to the other side. So here with this 5-out versus 2-3, you have several options and several scoring options.
Coaches, I hope you enjoyed that 5-out offense versus the 2-3 zone. And I've got a special freebie for you. If you look down in the description, it's a basketball coaches packet from offenses, set defenses, workouts, drills, practice plans, everything you need to get going. Just click the link below. It'll take you straight to it. And here's to more wins.
All right, coaches, I saw a video the other day that was showing a 2-1-2 offense versus a 1-3-1. And they left out a couple crucial parts of that offense, I believe. So here it is. And you may notice that I'm doing a little bit different with little figurines here. Your youth coaches, you may try this sometime. I know it looks kind of elementary, but I thought it was a neat idea just to show people different ways that this would look. Again, your youth
Your younger youth teams might really enjoy something like this because of this aspect. But let me go ahead and get with the video. So here's your 1-3-1. These red guys right here, 1-3-1 defense. And you set up in what I usually call 2-guard, or some people call it X. You have these people set up in a 2-1-2 offense. So 2 in the corner, 2 up top, 1 in the middle. What we do here is typically the 1-3-1 is going to try to make these lob passes back and forth, which is fine. So we try to pass the ball, and then when we pass the ball, big can get to the elbow. Their 1-3-1 is going to front somewhat. So this person can penetrate a little bit to maybe get a bounce pass in there. Now, what I teach my guys, and this is the part of that video that they left out a little bit, which I think is very helpful, is the opposite corner will flash down to the open area. Now, in a 1-3-1, this guy's supposed to come cover the post, that block area. All right. And then this big, or the bottom, rotates over, and if the ball goes to the corner, he comes over. But what we do is we send this guy right here to the open area, because what happens typically is these two wings on a 1-3-1, because they're doing this piston motion, they get really lazy after a while, and they may not go all the way down. They get, especially, I would say 10th, 11th grade and under, 10th grade really, 10th and under, a couple of rotations, and they're not going to do this. So usually I tell my guys, hey, go ahead, send the ball back over, which causes this rotation here. This guy's already back. Then opposite wing, that's down to the block, and this guy's supposed to be here. Then I go ahead, rotate one more time, and then usually on this time, depending on the age group, this rotation is where they don't quite go all the way down. And if this guy's in the passing lane on a 1-3-1 like supposed to, this big can get the ball. There we go now. Lay down. This big can get the ball, usually turn and get to this guy, and it's a bucket. All right. So on your 2-1-2, have the opposite wing, opposite of the ball, that is, wing, have him cut to that open spot. So if the ball's up here, let's just imagine they're flat. All right, so if the ball's up here, this guy's cutting down. And sometimes you can get that skip pass depending on the height of the other team. Pass it over here, this guy cuts behind, flashes down there. All right, so that's how you'd want to run that 2-1-2 against a 1-3-1. If we pass to the corner, great. This guy can still go ahead and run back door to the block because our big drops. So let's set up the 1-3-1 like they would be. If the ball was in the corner, this guy would be here. This guy should just still be in the passing lane. The big's dropped. He's dropped a little bit. All right, and that's what you have. That's a rotation. And then this guy should be down here. But if the ball's here and you can get him to post up, this guy will usually come help. And then you have this backside guy that you can hit the ball to. Once you kick it back up, it's a lot of moving parts, a lot of rotations here. He's back up to here. He's down here. He's up in the middle. He's back to here. Your big is flashed back up. He's still right here. Kick it over there. Just your rotation. All right. Same way, kick it to the corner. This guy should be here. He's in the passing lane. Our big dropped. So their big dropped. This guy's elbow. This guy's supposed to be covering the backside. I know you might like to see that in the PowerPoint version better or the animated version better, but every now and then I think it's an interesting, just a different look when you have these figurines out here running it. So that's how you should run your 2-1-2 against a 1-3-1. That's how you should run your 2-1-2 offense against a 1-3-1 defense. In my opinion, it works the best for our teams in the past. It's pretty much a staple that you'll see in basketball altogether. All right, coaches, I hope that helped. Remember, I got a lot of great resources in the description. Go check out the site. Go check out my free coaches handbook to help new coaches out. And I've also got a great ebook for coaches in all levels that cover a huge range of workouts, practice plans, offensives, defenses, parent emails, how to communicate playing time, how to make practice fun, how to keep the culture up in a program. All those links are down in the description. Go check that out. And we'll see you in the next video, guys. Coaches, go ahead and take a look at this offense that the D2 Championship School runs. It's simple enough that you can install with any team, yet effective enough to win you multiple games. Hope you like it. Take a look. Let's go. again, 1 can bring this up, 4 can set the screen, that drive, that roll, and as they're rolling, 5 comes up, usually to the free throw line or the elbow. And a lot of times, even it can pass to 5 and look for the dump down. Or kick it to 4, or excuse me, kick it to 2, and 2 can drive around for a pick and roll here. A lot of different options here. So 4 will come set this screen, 1 will drive over. As 4 is rolling, 5 will come up, use it to about the elbow, and 1 will pass the ball, and that's a shot. So when this screen comes again, and say it drives, rolls, 4 comes up. If 4 doesn't want to pass, or can't make the layup, then pass to 3, and then a lot of times 4 will come over and set a pick and roll with that big. UAA, University of Alaska Anchorage, with Ryan McCarthy as their coach. A phenomenal program, conference championships, D1 wins as a D2 school. I love their defense that they play, but I really enjoyed watching this offense lately. So I hope this helps you out. I hope you can take this, use it with your teams, find success with it. I plan on implementing it even more so in some of the other teams that I coach. So appreciate everything, Coach. Like, subscribe, and let me know if you have any questions in the comments.